Okay. Hey guys, good morning. Today is Black Friday. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and the day off yesterday. Today's going to be a little bit quieter of a day. I'm expecting a lot less volume. There's not really too much on watch. The only thing that caught my eye was TIS. You can see it's up 233%. It came out with some news. It came up from just about 50 cents. And it's been trading in between just about $2 and $1.50 for a couple weeks now. So over this $2 mark, it is bullish, but it also consolidated here around $2.50. So if it stays under $2.50, where it tried here and failed, came back up with a nice green day, didn't quite get up to $2.50 and failed. This morning, it touched $2.48 and failed. So being short biased, I'd like to see it get as close to $2.50 as possible, and then risk off of $2.50. Now, if it doesn't come back down that much, and this just kind of makes a lower high and fails, once it gets to $2, if it goes under 2 and holds, I would add to the position. So based on the comment that I wrote in the Discord, let me see if I can view it here. I'm not sure what's going on with the mouse, but I said that I'm watching TIS short near 250 with a target of $2. And then if it gets under 2, I would add short with a target then of 150 based on consolidation in the pre-market movement, mainly based off of the daily chart. So if it gets back up to this 250, I'm going to short with a risk over 250 with the first target around $2. Now if it gets under 2, you can add back the shares that we took off at $2 with now a target back down to 150. And then you pay yourself and you can look to add back. So it's having a pretty good pullback here. We've seen some pretty big market orders. It didn't trade anything over 250, so I wouldn't trust it to be necessarily bullish. It is trading over this last high, which was 240, but this is up 222%. So there's a lot of potential to the downside. Now, let's see if it gets over 250 and starts to run $3. It had a little bit of a bounce here and just cracked through and never came back. So $3 would be the next spot, and then back up to 350. So this is really respecting the psychological 50-cent marks. So it's a little quieter today. I'm in a hotel and there are people sleeping, so I apologize. I'm going to keep it a little bit short speeched. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask. If this is your first time here watching us live trade, welcome. Glad you're here. If you have any trade ideas, please share. If you have any questions, please ask. Do my best to answer them. And hit the subscribe button also. That'd be helpful. If you guys want to trade side by side with me, follow the link in the description, and you can open an account for as little as usually $450 is the most you'll pay. It's $500, but there's always typically discounts. So I have other videos about that, but that would be with the broker TradeNet. So it's coming up on 9:20 Eastern time. The market opens in about 10 minutes. Not seeing anything else that I like. Today is Black Friday. Market was closed yesterday. there's not really much movement. Let's take another quick look at all the stocks that we have in play here. Okay, so we have Overstock up 5%. So the top gainer is up 5%. The other one is the VIX and the Qs. These are under, not even interested. Could look at ABIL in a second. We'll take a peek. TIS up 220%. And the next is up 20%. This is a little bit more expensive. This is a Velocity shares as well. So not interested. And this is oil. I don't trade these. So up next, we're looking at ABIL. This one already missed the move. We were shorting this yesterday up here. I wish I had the intuition to hold a little piece. That would have been a phenomenal winner, but I ended up covering in the 520s on this day. So should have known. Should have kept some. Should have, would have, could have. But it also could have opened up here and really taken a hit. So ABAL's nothing to watch. These are all just garbage. Now keep in mind, we're not going to have much buying come in, so some of these might be an interesting short. But I don't really short weakness like that. What I want to do is catch them on these green days, and then I swing trade them into these weak days, because TIS is on the top gainer today. It'll be on the top loser tomorrow. Same thing with, Overstock's only up 5%. It's nothing crazy. But ABIL, top gainer, now it's on the top loser. Just how I've seen it working. So 7 minutes to the bell. This thing looks like it's going to be selling off. If it bounces and holds over 2, we're looking to get in at 250. I'm totally short bias on this. It looks like it's going to dump. I'd even take a position at 2 and cut it before 250. I might even build in a starter right away, and then at 250 I'll add. So my risk will be around like 230, 240, and depending on how it does at 250, I might add another lot, and at most I would take a full position here. My average would probably be around 240 with a full position. So it's the only thing that I have on watch. If you guys are looking at anything else, please let me know. Other than that, I'm gonna kind of keep quiet on the mic and just send your questions and comments. Alright guys, about a minute to the bell. TIS coming in with about a 10 million share float, 17% short volume, so there is a potential for a short squeeze if it gets going to the upside, but I mentioned that would be over 250. So I'm looking to take a starter position right out of the gates. I'm going to add probably double or triple size around 250 if it gets that high. And if it fails under 2 and holds over 2, I can add under 2. So 30 seconds to the bell. We have our plan. This is really all we have on watch today. Hoping to make it a quick day and get out of here. Let's see if this gets a push up so we can short it. But I am seeing a lot of red. I'm seeing a lot of weakness. I'm looking to take it right out of the gates here. About 10 seconds to the bell. I am just going to market my order short for a tester. Now, this is the only stock that the bulls have to play. So also keep that in mind. So we're in here for a starter. It looks like it wants to go. It's pressing up on this trend line. It definitely looks heavy. Wow. So if it holds under 2, if it gets under 2, wow, look at that seller. If that guy gets sold into, I'm going to jump in. So I took some of it off just because of that massive support. And we'll stick to the plan now. Under $2, I'll add. That was a little silly of a take, but that was some really solid support. So up towards 250, I like to add. I don't see this going high at all though. That was a huge order. Wow. So if you're bullish, you're obviously holding $2 as your risk. The bears are at 240 or 250. So if this gets up towards 240, you have to be careful. I'm going to do my best to be patient. I don't want to get trapped in a position. It's so hard not to take it. We'll see what happens at 2. We'll just wait for that $2. If it breaks, I'll try to grab it. Fingers on the trigger. Alright, I'm going to take a starter there. We're back to our starting position. This just feels super heavy. We'll see if it can hold over this area. So it looks heavy up in this area. This is where I should have added the first time. 240s, 238s. I might have just missed that. Let's see if it comes back up. Over 250, we cut it because it'll squeeze. The spreads are tight here. Alright, I'm in at 31. Didn't get the best fill. Average is now 18, half size. I might scale down if it comes back. And I'm going to look to double in the high 40s if possible, if it gets that high. So the last ad, we're even, it's holding. $218 average isn't good. I should have been able to wait. I could have got this 230 average. Not gonna add yet. Being the only stock on watch, could have been more patient. Although I feel like this stock's already made its move. And if you're holding this and it fails, alright, so I'm still not adding. Hey, good morning, Tech Trader. So here's my chance to get out even or downsize. This was a good add opportunity here at 240. Under $2, it should definitely gain some momentum. I'm at a 218 average, so I'm just going to hold as long as possible. Because if it snaps under 2, I do expect it to come back up and test this level. It looks like the level that we're fighting over is 210. Based on pre-market breakout, it bounced here, it bounced, and it's fighting here. So I could start adding. But we saw a massive buyer at 2. Definitely bids coming in. They're getting sold into. 207. Let's see if this bidder comes back around 2. There we go. It's getting some momentum. Now watch this guy. Alright, so I just sold into him. I'm really hoping that cracks because my average now is 210. And we didn't get enough momentum. I jumped the gun a second, but it looks real heavy on the tape. There he goes. 500, 200, 100, snap. So now here we're going to see some downward momentum. And now I'm going to look to start taking profits. Only up 10 cents, but we are full size. We're full risk. My average is not good. So let me take a little off there. Just based on my risk level is at the break even where it snapped. I want to have the option to add back. Okay. Alright, so now we just sit and wait and hope that it holds underneath and the trade doesn't go against us. So if you see, I basically put on shares at $2 and I took them right off break even just because I was uncomfortable with the risk, which is okay. It cost me $3 in commission, $4.50. But now if it comes back against me, I have the opportunity to add up here. If it continues lower, it's more about managing the risk there than hitting a home run. So 150 is the target. That would be a big target. Looks like we're setting new lows. We are getting the resolution we wanted. So there are some short sellers that are a lot more patient than I am. So they still wouldn't have taken a position yet. They're watching the market. They see that it came up, it set a lower high, and it got flushed. And it got flushed from 240 down to 190. So they're looking to take a position up in this 230, 240 area, knowing that this is their risk level up here. So that's what I have to play off of. I have to play off of the risk level up here. So I'll look to double my position up here if it comes that high. I hope it doesn't. I hope it stays underneath this level and just fades. Because if it goes up above this level, it's going to come against me. I'm going to get nervous, and then I'm going to have to add in up here, but my average will get raised up to maybe 220, 225. And if I want to, I could take off a little more risk now, but I feel like I did that incorrectly just a few minutes ago. So we're seeing $2. The bears are taking control over it. The bulls are still trying to hold it up. Under 2 is pretty critical. This 210 was just intraday resistance, so I think beneath 2 holds more significance. And that's what they're battling over. So one good tip that I always like to do, I don't like to show my unrealized profit. I really like to just look at the trade. So if you've noticed, all we've been doing is looking at level 2, looking at time and sales, and the charts. Once I put this unrealized number up here, and this is flickering around, we start looking at this number as opposed to the actual trade. And you see this, like now you want to start taking profits, but our profit target was all the way down here at this arrow. But when you start looking at dollar signs, you start trading worse. You focus on the trade and get comfortable with your share size, and then just up your share size a tiny bit, a tiny bit, a tiny bit, and then, you know, the P&L just gets bigger and bigger. Because right now I see the P&L and I'm like, well, shouldn't I just at least take half? But looking at the trade, we want it to go down here. I'm comfortable with this trade. I'm not really going to be looking too much at anything else. But yeah, I'm still on vacation. I'm still traveling. Yeah, it was up 220%. That's up 175. Today I'm not in anything just because I'm traveling, so I'm not really looking at any rooms. I can look at the Discord here. Yeah, nobody's saying anything. Everybody in there, for the most part, just follows Will. I don't get any trade ideas from them. I think over time, it can grow into something that is beneficial, especially if everybody watches his videos, learns his strategies. Like his strategy probably would have told you to wait for this to get back up to this 225, 230 area based off of the bearish confirmation. And I think there's a lot of other factors that you need to put into the equation. Being up so much and so extended definitely factors into my thoughts of having a pullback, a drawdown. So looking at something now a little less choppy would be the 5-minute chart. Looks like it's going to press new lows. It makes our levels a little bit more well defined, which is at this 150 area. We're really liking to take it. Don't want to see it bottom here. Yeah, it's so hard to have like a concrete set of rules to actually trade by because there's so many different factors within each trade. Like you can't just trade one specific setup because it's always changing. Yeah, that was a big loss. Just like for this one too, we have a target of 150. It probably should be 160 based on this. But if we got a huge sell-off candle and it spikes back up and it doesn't hit 150, I would probably look to take it here if this just flushes, just because it's a high volume candle, and then it's more likely to have a reverse based on it just continuing red. So even right here, I feel like I should probably take some, but we're really going to just try to be patient with this and just see. Yeah, I mean, you could take it here if you wanted. 550. Wow, that might get halted soon. So it's a nice 5-minute pullback. The 5-minute breakout was right around that 550, which is what we just saw. So it had its first pullback, second pullback. Here's the first actually, but it was really small. Not sure. Is it moving on any news today? Yeah, so nothing today. Up 34%. So these are going to be the two for the day. Right about now is statistically about where you make high of day. So I'm going to play off of that. Just this one's for fun. Gotta cut it over high of day. And add 62. So 950 statistically maps out high of day. This might have to get cut. There's a big bid. High a day is 84. I saw 85 here. I didn't see any print. Just watching time and sales. 81, big bid. 77. That was stupid. 82. So this is technically, hopefully, a 1 minute. 84, 85. Still in. Why am I still in here? It's not the plan. So, Tech Trader, you're also in Ross's chat? You're in the Warrior Trading chat room? Okay. There used to be a code half off. I'm not sure if it works anymore. That's what I used. Yeah, same. I couldn't sustain it. It's just too fast. So the 5-minute pattern is definitely a little bit more relaxed and less choppy than the one. If we're looking at the one, super choppy. Now you made a new low here, didn't get any resolution. New high, new high. Just constant trend reversals. Here's a trend reversal. So I took some at 580. Let's see, 1 minute candle did get a little bit more volume. This one had less. Yeah, it's really choppy, really indecisive up in this $6 area. Really like to see it get under 550. Have some buyers holding it at 60. Is Connor singing? I don't even hear him. It must be green. Hey guys, it's Black Friday. Gotta enjoy it. Alright guys, so these are pretty much the only stocks in play. NAKD, 10%, nothing really. ABIL never came back up for an entry, down 44%. TIS still doing work. Nice 5-minute bear flag setting new lows. I might readjust to 60 here. If it gets down to 60, we're at 170, but we'll see. Because overall, this is still pretty much just a healthy pullback if it wants to continue long. Under 150 would be bearish, in my opinion. Coming up from like 50. So, being patient. ANY just cracked. Under 550. Looking for some momentum to the downside. So set a lower high here. And clear resistance right around this area here. Under 6. 526. So I'm going to take half. Oh, there's the momentum. Here's the crack. 518. So the further this gets away from 2, the more I like it to come back up and add off of this resistance in my position. I look to double in up here. We are seeing some support and consolidation here just today in the pre-market, but most importantly, looking at the daily chart, we had major resistance. 1 second, guys. Yeah, right now I'm still on the demo. I'm still traveling. I don't think TIS would have been tradable. One of the main things about TradeNet is that some of these aren't going to be tradable. So I was thinking about opening an account with somebody else again, but I'm really not sure. Somebody that I'd definitely be able to trade all these. The RCI is up 70%. Just trying to get held up over $1. It's pretty big news if it does. Let's see, last time it got over $1, it went from 90 up to 150, and then it came right back down. It was bearish, so you'd like to see it get up to you want to see it hold over $1. You have to look at this day. That's 829. Let's see, because this is a trade news. News came out at 9:35. Come on, 15. I'm not able to get any chart history on this. Is it tradable? So I wanted to look back at the history and look at the day when it made this move. I wanted to know, did it make this move in the pre-market and then just sell off? Did it, like what time of day did it peak at? I just wanted to look at the intraday history to get a better idea of what possibly could happen today. So that's not possible, so you could just risk it off of basic daily resistance. Looks like ANY might be curling back up. Over 4 on daily resistance. $5.20. So you see it had trouble breaking out here at $5.20. It came up, broke through it, kind of was indecisive, broke through it again. Now it touched the next level, which was $6, which is where it bounced around here. So it broke through this level where it had some issues. Now it's still trading around this. So we're not sure if it's going to be under or over this level. So if it does bounce here, what you'd like to see it set a lower high. And that would confirm weakness. And if it sets a lower high, it should come back down to this level and then fade out. Let's see, we see strong buy volume here. lower volume sell-offs on the 5-minute. If you're playing this on a 5-minute chart, you would like to see it consolidate, maybe 1 or 2 more candles, holding over, probably over this level here, definitely over 5. So you're watching it for a 5-minute flag. TIS, it's around this bounce mark here, around 160. I think this would be a solid take. It's up 140% right now. Yeah, I've blown my fair share of TradeNet accounts, unfortunately. So I think I have to take this just based on the chart pattern intraday here. I know that wasn't the plan, but you have to pay yourself. So we'll see if that was the right move or not. I mean, either way, the trade overall was the right move. I don't have to necessarily capitalize the entire move. As long as I can consistently trade like this, I can just trade with larger size. I don't have to always get the whole move. I just need to size up. Not following my rules. I would add to losers. I wouldn't cut them. I would just go along for the ride. You know, they give you so much additional buying power that I mean, I had 4-figure days, which is big for me. You know, like even today, I'm not going to make 4 figures, but then I would have 4-figure losses. So, you know, I was comfortable trading with size. This is what size I was comfortable with in the student account. No, dude, the fills are instant. There's no delay. There's no slippage. Like how you see me trading now, that's how you get filled with TradeNet. If I click buy, I'm going to get bought right now. I can buy at this price as many shares as I want. If I sell, I can sell 10,000 shares at this price and it'll fill instantly. It won't change the price of the stock. It won't fill me at 72 and 71 and 70 and 69. It'll fill me full price where it is. Yeah, everything's a market order. Unless you set like real, like far out price targets. I've never gotten a 3-cent loss on executions, ever. I get executed exactly what the ask price is, exactly what the bid price is when I release the button. If you want to set limit orders, you have to set at least 5 cents over the ask. Maybe they changed it to 3. I'm not sure who Scott is. Hey Laura, good morning. You're late to the party. Well, I'll have to double check. I'll record some executions and, you know, play it slow-mo, but I haven't had any issues in the past. Yeah, so far it looks like TIS wants to bounce here. So we took at 66. So far it was a good take. Now, really what I'm doing, I'm looking to add this back closer to the $2 area. So I actually really like trading in Central Time. I did have to get up a little earlier, but then at the same time, it's only 9:14 here, which is awesome. So it makes my day seem a little longer. I got up early, got breakfast, walked the dog, went to the gym. Just really working on the morning routine. Came here, didn't see much on the watch list, but we're here. The one stock that we did have on watch worked out. The other one popped up on the scanners, thanks to Noah, I'm pretty sure. So Noah, you said you're in 250 shares at $1. That must have been, let's take a look at that one. Gainers. I don't see it. Not good. What stock was that? Oh, ARCA. So are you still holding, or did you cut it? What's your risk? Nice. That away. Yeah, in at one, I think a lot of people were holding it with the $1 risk. That's good. Yeah, if you're able to read the flow of the market, that's your edge. That's what you need to do. That's what I do. I read the tape. I read the level 2. And if I see that it's weak, I try to enter, and I think that gives me a little bit of an edge. That's what Ross does for his trading and his scalps. And that's what I learned. So, just like you could add back here, but I won't. I'm not much of a large cap trader, and I know Mayor and his room trade large caps for the most part. I thought about it just because like I said, I have blown my fair share of accounts trading small caps, and I am part of a trading community that has a bunch of traders, and this one guy was trading small caps. Almost all of them are warrior trading students. So a lot of them tend to gravitate towards Mike's strategy or just use his patterns in a larger time frame. So he didn't find success with small caps, and kept doing the same thing over and over, kept blowing up accounts. So he moved on to large caps, and now he is supporting his family. He's making six figures pretty easily, and he's doing that with, I'm actually not sure what broker he's doing it with, but he said, if you keep losing with small caps, switch over to large caps. So this is going to be my last attempt with small caps, because it's not like starting a whole new thing over. It's just the movement's going to be a little different, and you need to have a bigger account. Yeah, it's supposedly less whippy. I mean, it takes a lot more money to move those companies versus these companies. A big buyer can just make it move. It's a little bit more easily manipulative, and it only takes one of those to blow your account. You can have a great month. I'm still going to trade penny stocks. I like trading penny stocks. I like shorting them. You'll know if I blow my account, I'm probably going to stop streaming for a while. You'll know. And it'll be live, so yeah, that's right, Laura. I mean, you kind of wait for the trades to come to you, and you catch them. So TIS, we're in here for just a really small size. Looking to add back around the $2 area, which is nice because now VWAP's running into that $2 mark. So our risk is over 2. We're at 210. I hope it doesn't go all the way against us. It might not even get up to $2, and if it doesn't, that's great. We'll still hold, but I'm going to try to be as patient as possible with this trade. Obviously, I wish that I took it at 66, but this isn't necessarily showing strength. It might just be a little bounce with more downside potential. And I can always add my shares back on if it gets below 160, or if it starts coming down towards 160. But right now, 210 average, I'm comfortable. I don't really have much to worry about. So we'll just hope that this works. And, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work this time. Looks like A and Y is starting to move. TIS might be running into resistance. A and Y. So we were talking about A and Y on a 5-minute pattern. It still has yet to break out. It topped here at 538, again at 38, and this one is at 35. Now it did, however, make a new low here, but we're setting up for a 5-minute breakout over 538 and 540. So our average is 571. We're up here. It looks like it's going to break out. So we're printing in the 40s. I would just cover it here. Can always get back in later, but I don't want to mess around with a breakout. No, it might fail. It's not holding. The bid's not holding over 540, so nobody's really trying to bid over 540. But the breakout was, let's see, 538. So this could just be a fake out. But I feel much more comfortable just taking profits. and trying to catch it up here. Hopefully it spikes up here right now, and then I can grab it short again. But if not, that trade worked. So I'm lucky I caught that in time to take profits. I was able to cover at 547. $537 would have been a little better. But now it's starting to get heavy. Under 540, I think, is pretty critical. That 538, this breakout level. If you're bullish, you want to see it hold here. This is probably going to be your risk if you're scalping. TIS also coming back up. This one I like more to add back. Could add for a VWAP fade right at $2. I think that's a solid target for bulls, and it'll be a solid risk level for the bears. I think everybody will be happy. I took I took 2/3 at 66, so that's good. Right down in this area as it was bouncing off of this resistance. So technically this is still bullish, and it has resistance around 2. If we were to look at this on a larger time frame, here's a 15-minute chart. It looks like a bull flag. The ideal short is going to be up here in the 240s. So if you are to take it short off 2, it's just a starter position. The full position short for me would be up here, risking off at 250, which has pretty strong daily resistance. Here it bounced around, bounced here. You'll see how many times it bounced off this 250 level. That's kind of our line in the sand for risk. Broke down here, had a little trouble getting over it, bounced around, tested it again, tested it, fell underneath it, had trouble breaking out over it, didn't quite get there, and then today we set it in. This would be a perfect day to put in a top at 250 with a red candle to close this gap below, or at least set in a new bottom at 140 as opposed to where it was at 75. So it could look to bottom here, but either way, the ideal short for me would be around 250. But I will look to take it at 2. I don't think 160 is going to be the new bottom. Let's see, looking at the daily chart, we don't have any big gap ups recently. So there's not much to base it off of. No, you're always asking about demo and not demo, but I mean, I get it, but it's not as important as like your accuracy or your trading or what your rules are, you know? And I get it. I actually thought about demo trading and having somebody else trade a live account identical to the stocks that I'm trading, because I can crush a demo account. Like I'll go on last 30 days, I think I had 3 red days, but I broke my rules on a couple days, and that's what really gets me. And I know you guys saw that the one day I broke my rules, and I was pissed. Like, yeah, it was a green day, but I know if I break my rules, that's how I blow up accounts. That's why I was so angry. So this is usually my cutoff time for trading. Around this time, I might start adding in size here and then having it go against me, and I start giving away profits. Let's see, ABIL still didn't come back up. ANY, we don't have anything. Now we are having a lunch break today, but it's also a shortened market. So I'd imagine a lot of the people kind of took their money and ran. So I'm probably just going to cut TIS here. It might very well continue. It might go back up against me, but I'm just going to cut it here and wrap it up. So going over TIS, the trade for today was on our watch list. It was up a bundle, like maybe about 200%. Take a look at it on 1 minute chart today. So this is all pre-market here up until 9:30, and I was pretty short biased. We had our levels at 250 and also under 2. So I took a starter out of the gates. It was starting to look weak here. It came up against me. I was able to add. I didn't get the tip, but looking at it here, this is on TIS. So I sold at 211, and I covered some really early just to get in the green. I shorted again at 210, and then at 9:34 I shorted it at 231. So here's 9:32, 33. See if we could blow this up here. So 9:34, I shorted it in this candle right before it came down. So it came up, I kind of gave it its chance. I was trying to get filled at 250, literally in the high 40s. I couldn't. It started to come down. This candle started to look weak. I shorted it at, up in that candle, whatever, and then just played this on the way down and scaled in and out. A and Y, thanks to, I think Noah called this out. It really wasn't in play. This made a late move, so 9:37 it came up. Let's see, our first position on ANY was at 53, and then again at 57, and we sold at 10, and then 10:23. So 9:53 up here. I grabbed this a little early also, and my risk was supposed to be high of day. It broke through. I tried to cover the order, and I didn't cover, so then it came back down under 6, and I was then risking off 6. 9:57 I added. So 953, 54, 55, 56, 57. I added in this candle as it looked weak, and then it worked in our favor. I covered a little bit here, and and that's that. We just cut that not too long ago. ANY and TIS. So those are the 2 trades for the day. This would have been, a phenomenal day. Risk was, again, well managed. 8 days green. So, going into the weekend, that's it. Yeah, I mean, no, the emotions are completely different trading live. They shouldn't be, but I think you have to size down until they're not. And then from there, you can slowly increase your share size, maybe by 5% or 10%, so that you get comfortable. And if you start trading your P&L or start trading with emotions, you need to cut back to the size where you were trading without the emotions. And that's hard because in the beginning, you're probably only going to be battling commissions. But you don't want to be trading with emotions. And that's the difference between demo trading and not. All right, guys. I'm probably going to grab some coffee myself and head out for the day. I'll catch you here Monday. I'll be back at my trading station. It may or may not be a live account. I'm going to try to keep it hidden from you guys whether I'm trading a live account, but it's going to be pretty evident because I'm not going to be able to take as much size. This was my sizing based on the student account that I was using. So it's probably going to be about a fifth this. I'll be trading about 50 share blocks to start, and hopefully build up a cushion and build back up to the 250 shares, but that's going to take a while. All right, guys. Take it easy.